He that attempts to damage the reputation of a noble person is stopped even before he starts. Welcome to section 8 of chapter 28 of the Holy Quran. Chapter 28 being Surah Al-Qasas, the narration. Or the narration. Inna Karuna kana min al-qawmi Musa. Karun was doubtlessly inna of the people of Moses, qawmi Musa. Fabaga alayhim, but he acted insolently towards him, alayhim, towards him, acted insolently, baga alayhim, baga, acted insolently. وآتيناه من الكنوز وآتيناه من الكنوز. Such were the treasures we had bestowed on him. وآتيناه من الكنوز ما أنا مفاتيح لتنوء ما فانا مفاتيح لتنوه ما كان مفاتيح لتنوء بالمثبت أولي قوة بالمثبت أولي. Okay, let me shorten it. Let me divide it into two. وما كان مفاتيح لتنوء that their keys, mafatihi, that their very keys, mafatihi, would have been a burden to a body of strong men, to a body of strong men. Makana mafatihu latanu bil musbatin uli kuwatin bimusbatin uli muftahin, body, a body, musbatin body, musbatun, body of strong men, body of strong men. Latanu, that is a burden. Latanu bil musbatin uli kuwatin. Have been a burden to a body of strong men. Kuwatin, strong men. Where is it? Uli kuwatin, strong men. Uli here is men. Uli kuwatin, strong him. Is kala lahu kaumuhu. Is kala lahum kaumuhu. Behold is kala lahum kaumuhu. Behold, his people said to him, kala lahu, said to him, kaumuhu, his people, la tafrih, inna allaha la yuhibbu mufrihina. La tafrih, inna allaha la yuhibbu mufrihina. Do not exalt, tafrik. Exalt not, la tafrik. Exalt not, EXULT, exalt not, la tafrik. For God loveth not those who exalt, into brackets, in riches. Mm. Inna Allah la yuhibbu mufrihina, those who exalt in riches. God doesn't love them. God doesn't like them. Uh, God doesn't love them. La yuhibbu. The note to read is 3405. 3405. Let me check if we did the 04. No, no, no. There are two notes rather. The notes to two there are two notes to them. 3404 and 3405. 04 is against Karun. No doubt about him being the people of Musa. 3404. Karun is identified with Korah of the English Bible. So when you hear Karun, when you hear Korah in Arabic, he's called Karun of the English Bible. Full stop. His story is told in Numbers XVI 1 to 35, verses 1 to 35. XVI, V in Roman numerals is different from V in Arabic. V in Arabic is 5. Roman numerals, it means before. So let's stick to the Roman numerals. Numbers XVI 1 to 35. He had his followers, numbering 250 men. Pardon me. He and his followers, not he had. He and his followers, numbering 250 men, rose in rebellion against Moses and Aaron on the ground that their position and fame in the congregation entitled them to quality in spirit, entitled them to quality in spirit matters with the priests, comma and dash, that they were as holy as any, and they claimed to burn incense at the sacred altar reserved for the priests. Full stop. Indeed, this same Quran tells us that every messenger of God had an enemy. We know those of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His enemies were numerous, and it began with his own family. Now we are told Moses' enemy is Karun or Korah, or Moses' enemy was Korah or Karun in the Arabic language. Okay, let's go back to the notes. We stopped at reserved for the priests, full stop. They had an exemplary punishment. They had an exemplary punishment. Colon. Then, double inverted commas. The earth opened her mouth. The earth opened her mouth. Do you know the earth has mouth? Yes. The earth is now seen to be human. The earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up and their houses, and all the men that appertained unto Korah, and all their goods. Colon. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit. Well, that's the stomach of the earth, into the pit. And the earth closed upon them. No, the earth was like this, they entered, and the earth. Okay. Close upon them, semicolon, and they perished from among the congregation. Yes, that's how angry God can be. When you've exhausted all his patience, mercy, grace on you, and you are stubborn, his punishment can be very, 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 very severe. All right, that's note 3404, first note to sign 76. We now go to the second note, which is 3405. 3405, which is against treasures. Treasures. 6405. Uh, 6405. Karun's boundless wealth is described in the Midrashim, mm, or in the Midrashim, or the Jewish compilations based on the oral teachings of the synagogues, which, however, which, however, exaggerate the weight of the keys to be equivalent of the load of 300 mules. Mules is spelled Mules. Mm. So we are told that the Jewish narration of the weight of the keys of Charon was exaggerated, which, however, exaggerate the weight of the keys to be the equivalent of the load of 30 mules. If I remember mules, I think it's donkey. Eh? Donkey. Okay, pardon me. The brain is expired. All right, anyway, so that's second note 3405, 3405 to sign 76. Oh, I see. The notes are three or four. Now three. We now go to 3406. A body of strong man. Mm, Musbatan, Kuwatan, Musbatan, body of uh, strong man. 3406. Mm. Usbat or Usbut. Mm. Usbut, and this is spelled in italics because it's an Arabic word. Then Usbut, colon, a body of men, comma, here used indefinitely, full stop. It usually implies a body of 10 to 40 men, full stop. The old-fashioned keys were big and heavy, and there were hundreds of treasure chests is hyphenated, of treasure chests, the keys must have been a great weight, full stop. As they were traveling in the desert, the treasures the treasures were presumably left behind in Egypt, and only the keys were carried. Only the keys were carried. Full stop. The disloyal Karun had left his heart in Egypt with his treasures. Well, I don't see the sense in it. You leave the goods somewhere and then carry the keys away. Maybe nobody can open it while you are away. Anyway, uh, with his treasures. And that's the third note, 3406, to sign 76. We now go to the next sign, which is 77. Mm. Wa ibtak, wa ibtak, fima atainaka Allahu adar al-ahirati. Yes. Wa ibtak, fima atainaka Allahu adar al-ahirati. But seek with the wealth which God has bestowed on thee, the home of the hereafter, Dar Ahirati, home of hereafter. Wealth is in bracket because wealth is not mentioned in the Arabic side text. It's simply ifta, fima ateinaka, fima ateinaka. Uh, seek, but seek, which we have given to you. Seek with the or let me remove the other two words. Seek, which God has bestowed on you. Yes. but the commentator sees it to be wealth. Of course, it's wealth. Mm. That's treasure. Treasure is wealth. Okay. Uh, uh, the home of the hereafter. Mm. Uh, uh, Dar ahirati. Mm. Wala wala tansa nasibaka min dunya mina dunya wala tansa nasibaka mina dunya. Mm. Uh, N- Hereafter. Nor forget any portion in this world, nor forget any portion in this world. So here God is telling us whatever we do, we should not forget entirely. We should not forget entirely the portion that He, God, has given us in this world. We must make use of them. We must benefit from them. Mm. The way that a believer should benefit. Mm. Okay. Uh, yeah. Wa wa asin kama asana Allahu ileka wa asin kama asana Allahu ileka. But do thou good as God has been good to thee ileka. Mm. Uh, and seek not mischief in the land. Seek not, followed by brackets, seek not occasions for mischief in this world. Mm. Wala tabha alfasada wala tabak alfasada no, it's not tab wala tabgi alfasada, and seek not uh, what word is here used here? Mischief. Seek not mischief of seek not mischief in this work, al-fasada, or in Arabic and English side, occasions for mischief in this land. Mm. Fil ardi. Inna Allah la yuhibbu al-mufsidina. Inna Allah la yuhibbu al-mufsidina. For God loveth not, for God laughs not, for God loves not those who do mischief. Okay, like Pharaoh and also Karun. Like Pharaoh and also Karun. God loves not those who do mischief. No, 3407. 2407. That is, spend your wealth. mm, is against to spend out of what God given us. The commentator is now trying to tell us what that means. And we are saying, and he says, that is, spend your wealth in charity and good works, not on barbecues and beer and women. eh. So spend what God has given you means uh, spend your wealth in charity and good works, full stop. It is God who has given it to you, and you should spend it in God's cause, full stop. Nor should you forget the legitimate needs of this life. The legitimate needs of this life. What are they? Food, clothing, especially food and clothing. The legitimate needs of this life. eh, as misers do. And most people become misers who think too exclusively of their wealth. Indeed, most rich people are misers. They don't do good. If they do good, something must come out from the good to add to their riches. to add their riches. Okay, exclusively of their wealth. Uh, and most people become misers who think too exclusively of their wealth. Full stop. If wealth is not used properly, if wealth is not used properly, there are three evils that follow. One, its possessor may be a miser and forget all claims due to himself and those about him. Two, he may forget the higher needs of the poor and needy, or the good causes which require support. And three, he may even misspend on occasions and cause a great deal of harm and mischief. Mm. So these are the three things that will happen to some a rich man if he doesn't use the money properly. That's in charity and good works. Okay, and cause a great deal of harm and mischief. Full stop. Apparently, Karun had all three vices. Huh? The enemy of Moses, Karun, had all these vices, apparently. And that's not 3407 to sign 77. To sign 77. Let's go to sign 78. Sign 78 uh, with two notes. With two notes. Kala. Inama. Kala. Inama utitu. Kala. Inama utituhu ala ilmin indi. This Karun speaking. He says, "This has been given me because of a certain knowledge which I have." Hmm? Ilmi indi. Allah ilmin mindi. Allah because ilmin knowledge that I have in the uh, walam yalam anna Allah kad ahlaka min kablihi min kuruni uh, him because of certain knowledge which I have. Did he not know that God had destroyed before him, kablihi, before him, whole generations, whole generation, there is, whole is in brackets, without it reads, did he not know that God had destroyed before him generations which were superior to him in strength and greater in the amount of riches they had collected? Kuruni mina kuruni man huwa ash man huwa ashaduhu man huwa ashadu minhu quwwatan wa aktharu jam'an jam'an which were superior to him in strength ashadu minhu quwwatan in strength uh, and greater in amount of riches wa aktharu jam'an and greater in the amount they had collected, but riches before that, and they are collected of riches they had collected ma jam an. They had collected ma jam an. Wala yus'alu an zunubihim ولا يسأل عن ذنوبهم المجرمون. uh, where is it? Uh-huh. But the wicked, but the wicked, al-mujrimun, wicked. But the wicked, see, here wicked comes last in the Arabic side, but in the English side is it comes first. I mean, in the last part of the phrase, in the last part of the verse. Uh, but oh, but the wicked are not called immediately to account. But the wicked are not called immediately to account. The word immediately is in brackets. Without it, it reads, but the wicked are not called to account. Wala yus'alu called and zunubihim uh, uh, for their sins, to account for their sins. But the wicked are not called immediately to account for their sins, immediately being in brackets. And here in Arabic, we use al and zunubihim, they are not called to account of their sins, zunubihim, al mujrimin, the wrongdoers. What word is used here? Wicked, the wicked mujrimun, the wicked mujrimun are not called to account immediately. Immediately is in brackets. Okay, note 3408 and 3409, two in one. 08 is against Karun's claim of knowledge. 3008. 3008. He was so blind. Oh my God. 3008. He was so blind and arrogant that he thought that his own merit, knowledge, and skill or cleverness had earned him the wealth, and that now, on account of it, he was superior to everybody else and was entitled to write roughshod. Roughshod is hyphenated, and was entitled to write roughshod over them. Full stop. Then the next sentence, fool, fool, and then exclamation mark, and then dash. He was soon pulled up by God. He was soon pulled up by God. That's 3408. We now go to the next note, which is 3409. 3409. But the wicked are not called immediately to account. That's where we are going at 3409. Even Karun was given a long run of enjoyment with his fabulous wealth before he had to be removed from the chief, before he had to be removed from the mischief he was doing. So God always gives us a long rope to repent before finally his punishment comes. Back that time. And that's note 3409, second note to sign 79. Let's go to the third sign. وقال الذين أوتوا العلم وقال الذين أوتوا العلم. But those who had been granted true, true knowledge said, those who have been granted true knowledge said, the word true is in brackets. Without it, it reads, but those who had been granted knowledge said, قال الذين قال أوتوا العلم. ويلكم ثواب الله ويلكم ثواب الله خير لم خير لمن ومن آمن. Let me take it again. وقال الذين أوتوا العلم, those endowed with knowledge said, ويلكم ثواب الله خير لمن آمن وعمل صالحا. But those who had been granted true knowledge said, alas, ويلكم for you, alas for you, welakum for you. The reward of God, into brackets, in the hereafter is best. Without the brackets, it reads, the reward of God is best. Lamina ma amla saliha were best for those who believe and work righteousness. Were best. Man, amana خيرا لمن آمن وعمل صالحات. Whoever believes and does good works. Those who believe and do good works. Uh, but this none shall attain, save those who steadfastly persevere in good. Who steadfastly persevere in good. Persevere in good. Wala yalkaha illa aswabirin. Wala yalkaha illa aswabirin. None shall attain alkaha, save those who steadfastly persevere, swabirin, in God. Let's go to let's see if there is a note to it. There is no note to it. I can't see any. So let's go straight to note. Let's go straight. I don't know if I read notes 3410. 3410. Let's see. I didn't. Sign 97 3410. Of mighty good fortune. So he went forth among his people in the pride of his worldly glitter. No, I didn't even read the sign. Pardon me, viewers. Let's go to sign 79 first. Then when we come, we can read note to 80 and then jump to 81. Sign 79. فخرج على قومه في زي في زينيه. So he went forth among his people in the pride of his worldly glitter. In the pride of his worldly glitter. Pride of worldly glitter is in brackets. Without the brackets, it reads, so he went forth among his people in glitter. فخرج قومه في زينيه. قال الذين يريدون الحياة الدنيا. Those who aim, said those who aim, whose aim is the life of this world. Alazina yuraduna alwat dunya. Oh, that we had the like of Caron has got. That we had the like of what Caron has got. So those whose desire is the life of this world were wishing that they had the life that Caron had been given. Where is it here? وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ يُرِيدُونَ الْحَيَاةَ الدُّنْيَا. يا لي لا لا ي- يا ليت لا ي- يا ليت لنا لا ليت لنا مثل ما أوتي كارون. What was given to Karun? What Karun got? إنه لذو حزن عظيم. إنه لذو حزن عظيم. For he is truly a Lord of mighty good fortune. Of mighty good fortune. Hazin Azim, good fortune. There is no note to read. No, there is. There is. The note to read is 34110, which I had escaped along with the sign itself. So let's go to note 2410 to sign 79. 2410. When he was in the key day of the glory. Key day is hyphenated. When he was in the key day of his glory, not of the glory. When he was in his key day of his glory, worldly people envied him and thought how happy they would be if they were in his place. Full stop. Not so the people of wisdom and discernment. Full stop. They knew a more precious and lasting wealth, which is described in the next verse. And that next verse we did it already. And that's 80, and that is 81. No, that is 80, and that next verse is 80. But those who had granted through knowledge said, Alas, for you the reward of God is best, in the hereafter is best. And now, without a note, no, without a note. For those who had been granted true knowledge said, God, alas, for you, the reward of God in the hereafter is best. Uh, ويلكم ويلكم ثواب الله خيرا لما آمنا is best. We haven't finished it. It's best. لما آمنا. Is best for those who believe. لما آمنا. وعمل صالحا and work righteousness. صالحا ولا ولا يلقى ولا يلقاها إلا صابرين, and nobody attains it except those who persevere. None shall attain save those who steadily persevere. Remember, this English is old English. Who persevere, into brackets, in good. Who persevere in good. And there's no note to read. There's no note to read. So now we go to read the note to Psalm 81. We did it before, Psalm 81, or I can recapitulate it in English. Then we caused the earth to swallow up him and his house, and he had not the best little party uh, party to help him against God, nor could he defend himself. Did I read it? Okay, let me take it again in Arabic. 81. فخسفنا به فخسفنا به فصف فنسفنا به وبداره وبداره. And then we caused the earth to swallow up him and his house. بداره. فما كان له من فئة فما كان به من فئة. yansurunahu, mm, uh, and swallow him, and the house. And he had not the least little party, fiatin. Eh? Least little is in brackets. Least little party, is in brackets. Least little is in brackets. Without it, it reads, and he had not party to help him against God. Party fiatin yansuruna bihi min lahi, against God. Mm. Uh, وما كان من المنتصرين وما كان من المنتصرين وما كان من المنتصرين, party against God, nor could he defend himself, and that is وما كان من المنتصرين. No 3411. Yes, we now got it there. No 3411. We are asked to see no 3404 above. Mm, Full stop. Then compare also 26 sign 45. Mm, 26 sign 45. 26, that's I think Ashura. Compare Surah 26. Compare Surah 26, note 45, sign 45, and then note 2071 to this very Surah to Surah 45 and sign 45. The note to read is 2071. We are told to refer there. Full stop. Besides the obvious moral, before the obvious moral in the literal interpretation of the story, that material wealth is fleeting. That material wealth is fleeting and may be temptation and a cause to and a cause of fall there are some metaphorical implications that occur to me. That's the commentator speaking. One, mischief wealth has no value in itself. Oh my God, material wealth, not mischief wealth. Pardon me, viewers. You can see I'm feeling tipsy, but I must do it. Uh, Material wealth has no value in itself, but only a relative and local value. Then two, mm, in body, he was with Israel in the wilderness. In body, he was with Israel in the wilderness, just like Samiri. But his heart was in Egypt with his fertility, and its slavery. Full stop. Such is the case of many hypocrites who like to be seen in righteous company, but whose thoughts, longings, and doings are inconsistent with such company. That's point two. And of course, like I said, like Samiri. Then we now go to point three. There is no guilt in this life but comes from God. Full stop. To think otherwise is to set up a false God besides Allah. Full stop. Our own merits are so small that they should never be the object of our idolatry. Full stop. Now that's point three. We now go to point four. If Karun, on account of his wealth, was setting himself up in rivalry with Moses and Aaron, he was blind to the fact that spiritual knowledge is far above any little cleverness in worldly glitters. Full stop. The next sentence, mob leaders. Mob leaders is hyphenated in brackets. Sorry, not in brackets. Mob leaders. Uh, Worldly affairs, full stop. Then, mob leaders have no position before spiritual guides. Mob leaders have no position before spiritual guides. like Moses. All right, and that's note 3411 to sign 82. No, we haven't finished yet. We'll continue with it. To sign 82. Uh, sign. And those, no, no, no. 82 proper, we haven't read it in Arabic. وأصبح الذين تمنوا مكانه بالأمس يقولون يقولون and those who had envied his position the day before, that's Bil Amsi, after he was swallowed. Let's see the reaction of those who were, pardon me, of those who were with him, who envied him. And those who envied his position, وأصبحوا الذين تمنوا مكانه position تمنوا envied بالأمس the day before يقولون ويلنا ويلنا الله يبسط الرزق لمن يشاء ويلنا الله يبسط الرزق لمن يشاء. Uh, and those who had envied his position the day before began to say on the morrow, Asbah on the morrow, Asbah. So the morrow here comes very late, but here in the Arabic text it comes first. Wa Asbah al-lazina tamanu, those who envied him, began to say on the morrow, it is indeed God who enlarges the provision or restricts it or restricts it to any of his servants. Wailana Allah yabsutu enlarges rizqa liman yasha'a min ibadihi of his servants. Wa yaqdiru and reduces it. Let's see. It's God who enlarges yabsutu the provision of this wealth to any of his servants. He pleases what he pleases. Sorry. It's a continuous sentence. Let me take it again. It is indeed God, they said, those who previously admired Karun, or rather envied him, they said, it is indeed God who enlarges the provision or restricts it to any of his servants he pleases. Uh, wa- ya- wa yakalla- wa- we kallana, Allahu yabsutu rizqan liman yasha'a min ibadihi wa yak wa yaqdiru, yabsutu enlarges, yaqdiru restricts, mm, yabsutu enlarges, uh, yaqdiru restricts. mm, uh, Lo la lo lo la an manna Allahu. Lola an manna Allahu alayna. Lola an manna Allahu alayna. Uh, had he not been that God was gracious to us, manna alayna, to us, had it not been that God had been gracious to us, he could have caused the earth to swallow us as well. Mm. Manna alayna. Uh, Lahasafa bina, he would have caused the earth to swallow us. Lahasafa bina. uh, wa آه، وكأنه وكأنه لا يفلح الكافرين. Mm. To swallow us. He could have caused the earth to swallow us. Then, let's go to what I just read. Those who reject God will assuredly never prosper. Those who reject God will assuredly never prosper. وكأنه وكأنه لا يفلح الكافرين. وكأنه لا يفلح لا يفلح لا يفلح وكأنه وكأنه لا يفلح الكافرين. Those who reject God, mm, will never prosper. La yuflifa. Mm, mm. And that is sign 82. That's sign 82 with its note 3412. 3412 against provision. Yapsutu. Wayak ridu. Yapsutu. Wayak ridu. Well, yakdiru, sorry. Yapsutu. Yapsutu. Wayakdiru. Yapsutu. Wayakdiru. That's where we're going now. 3412. Provision in italics, or substance, and provision in italics or sustenance. Sustenance is not in italics. So let's go. 3412. Provision or sustenance, both literally and figuratively. Colon. Wealth and material things in life, as well as the things that sustain our higher and spiritual faculties. Full stop. Mm. Uh, that's what provision means. Mm. And what is it? Life, as well as things that sustain our higher and spiritual faculties. Our higher and spiritual faculties. Full stop. Mm. The rebel The rebel that admired Karun's wealth when he was a worldly property now sees the other side of the question and understands that there are other gifts more precious and desirable, and that these may actually be withheld from men who enjoy wealth and worldly property. Full stop. In fact, it is false property or no property in the real sense of the word, which is without spiritual well being, And that's no 2412 to sign 82 to sign oh, 2412. Yes, 2412. That's no 2412 to sign 80 that's no 2412 to sign 82, which marks the sign of section 8. We shall break here. When we come back in my next episode, we shall go to section 9, which begins with 9, which begins with we shall when we come back in our next video, we shall go to section 9, which begins with sign 83. Mm? Pardon me, viewers. I must do this, even though I'm feeling tipsy. So, in our next episode, we shall start with sign 83, which begins section 9. Thank you very much. Ilalikai, bye bye. Uruwa, may God be with you all.